Right guys, now what I've done so far, as I said, I've replaced the two electrodes here, made a fair bit of space here. Now while I had these out, I also replaced our our cathode bypass capacitor in here, which is a 22 mic, and well, he's that tiny little fella in there now. Check the cathode resistor, which is 330 ohm, that's fine. Just repositioned them so that they're a little bit out of the way. We also replaced two of the grid, plate, our plate capacitors. Now these, we'll go into this, I'll show you on the circuit, but there's one little fella down in there and one down in here. I replaced both those because they come off the the transformer where it goes to the valve plate. If these short out, we can lose a transformer, and they didn't look real good at all. So, and what I mean by that, just a minute, I will find where I've put them. Yes, here we go. This is what I mean by not real good. This one had come apart, and yeah, so I wasn't going to leave that in where it's just connected between the plate and the ground, and of course the transformer HT and ground, same thing. On the circuit, I'll show you quickly. I haven't got sort of everything in front of me at the moment, but anyway, all right, here we go. That one there, okay, so it's a 0056, and that fella there, and on the other plate here, which is this fella down here, I think. No, where is he? There. Okay, go straight from the plate to ground. So it's C12. I'm sort of looking at this sideways. C12A and C12A up here, and this one is C12B. Obviously, pretty hard to read on this this diagram. But those two caps, I thought, well, our HT comes to the centre of the transformer, and we certainly don't need a burnt out transformer because of a dodgy cap. The other capacitor that was in there, well, that's the broken one. The other one is that leaky, it's ridiculous. So we'll go through this later on. If I'll put my little tester on. Now I'm just grabbing the tester. I will show you on the camera right now, because once again, sort of skipping through this a bit. There we go. There's the first 0056 I replaced, and yeah, he's measuring 1325 picofarad. So, and as far as leakage, let's have a look at the leakage. You know how I do the leakage on my leakage tester or insulation tester. I'll grab it and we'll have a look. Okay, so now you've seen me use this before. You should not see any meter movement whatsoever on a capacitor like this. Otherwise it indicates leakage, ohms leakage. And we press our button and we've got 10 meg leakage there, actually 9 meg. So it's leaky, and yeah, I was not going to chance that being left in there and testing any further. The electrolytics, These two didn't measure too bad, but they're replaced anyway. This is a customer job, so yeah, don't want it back. So a 16 and the 30 out of the power supply, they weren't too bad. They're a bit high, so they're a bit leaky. But the cathode bypass, 25 microfarad, 40 volt. Okay, watch this. I shall hook this fella up. Okay, and here we go. Let's see what he measures. There you go, 106 microfarad. Nanofarad, sorry, not microfarad. 106 nanofarad. And look at the ESR, 150 ohms. A 0.15k. Yeah. So that was our cathode bypass. So we replaced him. Now, what I'm going to do now, as the ending of this part of the video, is check our HT. I want to see, has it come up any further? What do we need to do? There's still this mystery of this thing. Was it the 6N8 valve that stopped and started? Was it something else in the oscillator section that just dropped out? We don't know yet because the thing's been working. So, now, my test speaker. Yes, there it is. What's it rated at? 8 ohms at 10 watts. There you go. It's just a little speaker out of an old flat screen TV, and it's fantastic. It just works and doesn't take up any room on the bench. So green wire for our audio there. HT. Now the main HT is over here. So we've got the meter set up, and I'll find a ground. Okay. Here we go. We're on 240 volts. We're on this dim bulb, and let's turn him on. Okay. Actually, we're on both dim bulbs there. We needed a bit of oomph with this fella. Okay. Let's see. Is it going to come up? And what's the HT? Watch him here. We need a little bit better numbers than what we had. And yes, he's working. Still got that noisy volume control. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. And there's our HT to 212. What voltage are we on? 235. 240. Okay, 217. Our voltage actually reads 255. So we may have a tired 6V4, but that's heaps better than what it was. Okay, and the radio, boy, I haven't got an aerial hooked up there, and it wants to do things. And of course it's just picking up noise in here. So there's no use in listening to that. So the power supply, 216 there and 172 there. Now the little sheet tells me 250. No, it doesn't. It comes through here and it tells me 200 volts. So we're still a little bit short on the voltage. Okay, let's grab another 6V4 while I'm doing this and see if we can get a little bit more HT. Okay, now I've rounded up another 6V4 here. He looks pretty good compared to this poor thing. Boy, I think it's a tired valve, this one. Now, strangely enough, I'm not real sure, but there's a difference in size. And that's a 6V4. So let's put him in, see what happens.
if I can, we'll do this on the fly while you guys are there. If I can find the holes. There he goes. Okay, let's try him. Let's see. Whoa, sorry about that. Kicked the camera. Let's see if this is going to go. Well, it must be the same valve, because there he is conducting. Let's see what we can get. If we can get better than 220 out of this. Well, better go over here onto this one, better not. Okay. Let's go off dim bulb. And yeah, he's coming up there. Okay. Everything's working. Okay, we got 230. We're doing better than what we were, but we are off dim bulb there as well. This is drawing 45 watts there at 240 volts in, so it looks like 230, and we need 255. So yeah, still a bit low, but we've got a long way to go yet. I'm going to put the old valve back in, and well, what I didn't do before was take that off dim bulb. Okay, we'll go direct. So we'll try the other valve direct and see if we can get better than 231. Maybe there's a difference in size with these fellas. I thought a 6V4 was a 6V4, but this one, well, it says 6V4, but it may be slightly different, seeing it's a larger tube. Okay, here we go. And we've got no dim bulb now, we're on direct. Let's see whether we can get close to 255. Coming up, I can hear the radio. 40. Oh, 53. Okay, 54. Oh, we're going to make it. Oh. Yes, 255. And we should have 200 on this fella. 201. Perfect. Okay, guys, comments below. What's the difference with the two sizes of 6V4? That's a 6V4, and well, it come out of a radio with that uses a 6V4, so I know it's a 6V4, but this one's bigger, and the voltage is higher than what this one was doing. This could be a weaker tube, but it tests very good on the valve tester. So, and it works okay, and up to voltage on another radio. Guys, comments below. See, can you shed any light on that? Righto, all is good. It's all working. I'm going to now go through, replace all the waxies. This will end this part of part one and the intro and that, and we'll come back after the caps are done. We'll do a quick alignment and get onto the turntable. Okay, so if you like this one, give us a thumbs up. Keep following me. Hit the subscribe and the bell, and it'll notify you when you hit that bell when my next video goes up. Okay, guys, lovely to have you aboard, and I think this will be a very interesting little radio. Okay, cheers for now. Catch you soon. Bye.